Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV. Hope you're having a great day here. This is the time of year I kind of like to look back through the channel and just pick out a few of my favorite new things that have come out. And every year I like to go through, I kind of call it my top 5 favorite new travel trailers for the season. But I had too many. And I looked, and I ended up with 10. And I thought, that's a nice, sweet round number, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take some fast flyby looks at my top 10 favorite new travel trailers to break loose through the channel this year. So what we're going to get today is not one of my normal super long deep dive videos, although it'll probably still end up being 20-30 minutes long by the time we're done here. But I'm going to chapter mark this video so you can jump through. We're going to take a look at about 2.5 minute quick snippets flying you through these 10 different campers. And I normally like to go through and try to rank them up to my favorite, but they're all really cool in different ways, and they're so very different. I wasn't finding a good way to rank them. So we're just gonna start small and work our way up, and kicking us off, here's a little guy to get you going. What if you don't have a big giant monster machine camper? What if you don't need a couples camper or a bunkhouse? What if you got like a tow package SUV? There's not a lot of RVs that are fit for you out there. So we made up our own. Welcome everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV here with the very first of our new Go Lite series, exclusive to us at Bish's RV. This is a completely unique set of mini campers. It's a very limited floor plan family, but basically what we noticed is that there were people who had like the tow package SUVs, the smaller mid-size pickups, the fact that everything is always, here's a couples camper, here's a bunkhouse. What about the solo RVer? What about the family that just wants to spend their time outside and not inside? What about the single parent that just wants to take their kid out for the weekend? What about all of the people that the RV industry as a mainstream have just abandoned and forgotten because maybe it wasn't the biggest market segment? Well, we thought that kind of sucked. And we see people come to our stores all the time wanting to fulfill situations like I just described, and there just wasn't really a lot of solutions for them out there. So we came up with one. We're calling it Go Lite here. We partnered with Sunset Park RV, and this is an interesting little series. Now, this floor plan specifically was literally made with one of our own Bish's RV executives in mind. He was one of those people that despite all the RVs that we have available to us at Bish's, there was not one floor plan that really fit how he wanted to camp. He wanted to take his son out and go fishing on the weekends in the mountains around Idaho at their favorite spots. And there was never a camper that just really did what they wanted to do. They wanted small, but a lot of window coverage. They wanted good awning coverage. They needed sleeping, but they also needed cargo space. They wanted to have a little bit of a battery tender to keep the battery up and alive while they're off the grid a little bit. They needed some extra ground clearance. They wanted separate sleeping spaces. This is a totally one-off, unique floor plan that we've put together here that we looked at and said, what if we made a bunch of these? Would people like them? And this might totally fail. We don't know. We would love to hear from you. What do you like? What do you dislike? How could we continue to change, evolve, and improve this? Are there other floor plan concepts we should put in? As we go through this video, leave all that feedback, anything that you're willing, and let's see what we can come up with together. It blows me away. They managed to do this at less than 4,500 pounds. Welcome everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV, down here at Forest River today, taking a look at, this is one of the sharper RPod. I don't know, I haven't really been unhappy with any of the RPods I've seen, but anyway, I like this layout. That's the biggest thing I'm saying, because it takes a very popular layout. Like Rockwood calls it a 2205, Surveyor calls it a 202. There's tons of builders who make a layout kind of like this, but they're all bigger, they're all heavier, they're all require a little more vehicle to tow. This is a lighter weight, tandem axle, easy towing kind of package right here, like Goodyear tires, TPMS factory standard, that gives you a front true queen bed, a like theater seat that's either cuddle compliant or has a fold down population control armrest that actually does kick back and recline, but somehow in a step up slide out that you'll never know is a step up slide out, like it's kind of some weird wizardry went on inside this thing, straight across from a 12-foot entertainment center with a pass-through dining bar, inside outside kind of acrylic Euro window, like food truck serving station vibe going on here, with a campsite dining bar that extends the kitchen counter out and really good pantry space, a non-radius shower, and even though this is smaller than everybody else who says if there's no way they can put a rectangular shower in their floor plans, so they go with a radius shower, this is smaller and still has the better shower that people prefer, with the bigger fan that people prefer, and a hitch on the back, and 200 watts of solar, and ASDAL, and a partridge in a pear tree, like a heated underbelly. They have racked, packed, and stacked 10 pounds of sugar into a 5-pound sack on this thing, and it is not a surprise to me that this is threatening to be their #1 overall floor plan, like right here. Now, there's probably some things about it some people like, some people might not. I want to go through, try to be as candid as I can, show you the good, bad, ugly with everything in between, and let you decide if it's the right one for you or not. And if you appreciate that, hit that subscribe button. Let's get started here, because I think this one might take some people by surprise. So for like 5 years in a row, this style of floor plan I have called my personal nerd-preferred half-ton towable couples camper out there. And based on your feedback, we think we might have made it even better. Welcome everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV, taking our first look at the new Go Explore 225. This is a model very heavily influenced off of, I'll just say, my love of things like the Cougar 22 MLS, the Imagine 22 MLE, and all the other builders who make a floor plan like that. Let's get this right out of the way. It is not an original floor plan, but we did some original things to this based on user feedback and viewer feedback on this very channel. And we think, with your help, we might have just made this thing better here. So what this is, again, half-ton towable. We have a taller ceiling. We also have an Olympic queen bed, which is 66 by 80. What's nice is it's bigger than a standard queen, but you can still walk around it, and you can still get replacement mattresses and sheets for it on Amazon, so that's cool. We have things like an enclosed heated belly. We have ASDAL in the sidewalls, a basic battery tending solar package, XL bathroom vent fan, also factory standard, but one of the things I put my foot down, I said, if I have one way to influence this floor plan, it's that I want to bring the TV down from the ceiling position. Almost every builder who makes this layout, they mount the television across from the theater seat, but all the way up against the ceiling, and it's still a little bit of a neck crank unless you're fully reclined in those theater seats. I didn't want it to have to be that way. So basically, we stole a motorhome dinette with a power televator built in, and that opened up that campsite wall for bigger window coverage on a floor plan like this than, as far as I know, anyone has ever done before. Now, this is just littered with fun little features, like the entire front pass-through compartment. There's like 20 fun little things in just the front pass-through. We've even given you better sewer storage solutions on here. But like any RV, as excited as I am about this and as much as I love this thing, there's a few things about it that I think could still potentially be improved, or things you should at least consider before ponying up and handing over your paycheck, you know. And despite the fact that this is, you know, a Bish's RV exclusive series trailer, I still want to be fair. I want to point out the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between, so you can decide if it's the right one for you or not. Because just because I like it doesn't mean everybody should like it. And if you appreciate that fair way of things, if you appreciate how we put your feedback into a product here, hit that subscribe button, like our video, and as we go, please leave us notes and let us know what you think. Hey everybody, sometimes a manufacturer listens, and last year a bunch of you said you wanted to see this floor plan, and they made it happen. This is awesome. Welcome everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV, and last year the FSX division, the little brother, small guys from the Salem Wildwood group, started making a new series of tandem axle floor plans. And their first one was very much like this, but it had bunks on the back. And the #1 bit of feedback people said was, it's awesome, but I don't need bunks. Can't they make one without it? And baby, it took them a while, but they have nailed it. This floor plan is awesome. Now, I try to be fair. It's got a couple things like, this is just my personal opinion. I don't personally care for the second sink in the bathroom. But other than that, there is very little in this RV that I am not happy with. Now, it is a budget-focused, a budget-targeted kind of camper. But the thing is, this is one of the most open and spacious-feeling no-slide couples campers I think maybe I've ever seen. The campsite of the RV has excellent window coverage, whether you've got big windows on both sides of the bedroom, awesome cross breeze airflow, with a king-sized private bed up front in a small budget camper was a total shocker to me. Also, a really good campsite window coverage in the like kitchen area. Amazing countertop space. Really, really good storage. But instead of a traditional sofa dinette situation, they went with like a full L lounger super sofa kind of thing with a floating table that you can bust out when and where you need it. And I personally like that. If you're someone's like, no, I gotta have a traditional dinette, this is not the right camper for you, and that's okay. There's plenty of other things. I like stuff that's a little bit different though. Big rear bathroom on this, lots of space, lots of storage, but the RV weighs less than 4,800 pounds. This is I think this thing's gonna be a hit, and I can't wait to hear what you say about it. I'm gonna try to share good, bad, ugly, and in between. Let me know what you like, let me know what you don't, leave me some comments, and let's go. What the heck is that? Welcome everybody. Josh the RV Nerd at Bish's RV down here on just a terrible, miserable weather, rainy day. But I'm excited at seeing something new. I have seen a lot of RVs over the years, and I have never seen something like this. They have created an indoor-outdoor bar entertainment action area on this little, it's like 29 true feet, half-ton towable Apex camper right here. It's got a full outside camp kitchen, plus a full outdoor entertainment that you could use as, maybe we'll just call it a little libation station. Ooh, I like that. But it literally has an indoor to outdoor exchange or pass through or whatever you want to call it. Now, of course, you can all close up, but you can literally be like prepping food or drinks inside and literally pass it outside under the awning to somebody else at your site. Like, it's an RV food truck. I've never seen, like, order up. I've never seen something like this before. But what's great is they took a really proven living room arrangement. Like, you've got your sofa in the slide straight across from the entertainment. They reimagined the dining to a bar top style, which I love. I personally am a very, very big fan of that. This floor plan is not available with other dining solutions. You've got a private true queen bed up front, a very nicely sized bathroom, albeit with a radius shower. I could see some people not necessarily loving that, but with some mega storage up in that bathroom, 200 watts of solar, all aluminum structure, double Asdel walls inside and out, heated enclosed underbelly, and a lot of other really cool fun things going on in this thing. But without a doubt, the focal point is certainly that, what do we call it? It's called the BARV, by the way, B-A-R-V. Bar RV? I don't know. What do we call this thing? In the meantime, if you appreciate what we're doing, even out here in the rain, hit that subscribe button, like our video, and let's get rocking. Have you ever seen an RV with an identity crisis? This thing literally has a split personality. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV down here at Forest River's 2025 display. And I don't think I've ever seen a trailer with a floor plan like this. It actually kind of reminds me of some of the old school fifth wheels where instead of a rear kitchen or a rear living room, which everything is, they decided to split it down the middle. On one side, you have your living room, complete with a really cool functional desk and a basically true floor flush slide. So when you scoot that chair forward or backwards, you're not like accidentally falling backwards like your drunken Uncle Gary after one too many barley pops at the campfire. The thing is, the other side is an amazing kitchen, and wrapped all the way around that is just non-stop panoramic windows. So it doesn't matter what side of the RV you want to see out of. It doesn't matter what site you pull into. You can always see what's going on. Not to mention the fact that this thing's only about 30 foot. So it's one of the smallest opposing slide living rooms I think I've ever seen. And it really doesn't give up much. If you are nearsighted like me, good news. You don't have to grab your glasses or put in your contact lenses to watch TV. And if you kick back with your feet in that theater seat, you can totally burn your bunions because you're right next to that space heater. But if you're like my wife and your feet are basically made out of like ice packs, well, you might actually like that because it's nice to keep your toes warm. Now, they've done a lot of things differently. The whole cosmetic is completely different inside and outside. They call the Kardashians facial surgeon in to go through this thing. It's a double power awning, which is brilliant on a smaller RV like this. Otherwise, they'd have two things for awning space, jack and squat, and we're not suffering from that here. We have the enclosed underbelly with the solid extended season package. Also, they've changed up their air conditioning system this year. It's being done like a, almost like a big luxury fifth wheel, where you have like over 33,000, I think, BTUs of cooling power in this standard. So my Texas friends, you can stay cool in that hot summer sun. It's got a couple funny hitches in its giddy up though. But I think overall it's more good than bad. But we're going to go through this thing in great detail for you. Let me know what you think about it. And I want to hear your feedback. I think this one's a hit. So together we saw the very first prototype of this model last year, and you provided tons of feedback for it, and Cougar listened, and together you have made this RV better than it ever would have been. I'm really excited to see what you think about it. Welcome everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV down here at Keystone today, getting a look at some of the first looks at some of their first run 2025 prototypes. So keep in mind, there's still a couple things that might change on this, but there's already been some significant changes from when it was first conceived, based heavily on your input off my initial video of this thing. So this is threatening, I personally feel, to maybe be my personal pick for, quote, the best 30-foot front kitchen super slide RV with rear bed slide. Now, there's tons of builders who make a floor plan like this. A lot of them are 34, 35 feet. Hitting that 30-foot mark is a hard thing a lot of brands don't do very well. And most of them that do, they only accomplish it by going with a radius shower bathroom that really limits elbow room that a lot of people don't like. And that was one of the main factors that Cougar wanted to focus on here, is improving the bathroom. They went with a walk-through bath design, which some people may not prefer, but the thing is, it solves the problems of things like travel access. It gives us a big rectangular shower with awesome headroom. It still has a full living room super slide. They expanded the kitchen counter space based on what you expressed to be your preferences. They changed up their little pantry-tainment center a little bit, and I think it functions better than it ever used to. They've also done things like they've maintained the Goodyear tires this year. They've maintained the anti-lock braking system, but they've added a road armor fifth wheel suspension package with like greasable wet bolt fasteners and all kinds of enhanced running gear upgrades. They've still maintained all their same solar and inverter situations. Big power awning going on here. You're dual air capable. You're 0 to 110 degree rated, tested, proven. This thing rocks my socks. It also now gives us the choice between a true queen or a 70 by 80 RV king bed. So they're really listening to all the input that you folks have provided and packing that into their RVs here. And it's still got a couple little kind of points to it, but overall, I like it, and I'm really curious to know. I want to hear from you as we go. Where did they nail it? Where did they fail it? Where could they improve it further? And if you appreciate the candid look and an opportunity to voice your opinion to manufacturers, hit that subscribe button. Let's go. Since day one, since I recorded the very first Brinkely video that was out there, the question has come up, when are they going to make something half-ton towable? Well, it took them a while, but it finally happened. And this is maybe one of the most forward-thinking, creative travel trailers I've seen in a very long time. And I tell you what, I'm looking forward to this. I cannot tell you how many hundreds of requests I've had. People asking me, when am I going to record the Model I? Well, today is the day, and it is weird, wild. It is different. It is pushing the needle. It is pushing the envelope forward. This is on the bleeding edge of the razor, and it does a lot of things people have been saying. There's all this new technology in RVs. Why aren't the RV industry using it? You know, well, this is one of the first times I've seen a lot of new things all implemented. Like, first of all, the sidewall construction of this is very different from even what you've seen at Brinkely. They're now using double ASDL, which first of all is very cool because they're trying to keep this half-ton towable, trying to keep it weight sensitive. The hitch weight isn't even blown out of control, even despite the fact that it's a drop frame front storage compartment like the Model Z Air, but they have a painted aluminum skin on this with like a 10-year warranty on it. And essentially, you're getting almost all the benefits of a big like Model G luxury fifth wheel paint package in a travel trailer without the extra 10 to 12 to 15 grand for the paint package. Factory standard on this. Not only is there the smallest, lightest Brinkely ever made, it's also the least expensive, yet still exceptionally highly well equipped. It has all the weather package stuff you've expected out of the other Brinkleys. They've got some really nice hand coupe tires on this, along with the upgraded suspension package, anti-lock brakes, and electronic anti-sway. Both factory standard on this for towing safety as well. The living room looks and feels massive and wide open. It has just an incredible, interesting new take on a Dine-esque version thing that I really like. They also went with a totally different entertainment system from what I think I've ever seen in any trailer very similar to this. And you might like it, you might hate it. It's one of those things that I think once you use it a few times, you'll start to appreciate it. The bedroom is amazing. They've totally reimagined what could even be possible with bedroom storage in this. The bathroom is terrific. I can stand in the shower despite being tall, and they used nothing but the Fajita Friday fume fighting fart fans. No dollar store 4-inch fart fans to be found. That's a lot of F's. That's a lot of alliteration, and we have a lot of camper to cover. This is 10 pounds of sugar in a 5-pound sack. And I am really psyched to see what you think about this. So as always, leave me notes, good, bad, ugly, in between. Let me know what you think about it. And I'm going to try to point out where it might have some positives, might have some negatives, and you decide if it's the right one for you. I am really curious to see what you think, though. Well, everybody, it's not every day this happens to me. I'm kind of caught speechless here, because I'm trying to phrase this in a way that won't get me in trouble with HR. We just found an RV that has a literal open door bedroom policy. Or it's a camper where if you're a country boy like me, believe it or not, I actually grew up riding horses and everything, you could just wake up in the middle of the night and pee off a balcony. Anyway, here's a look at the floor plan. This is one of the new Bullet balcony models. And what they basically did here is they took a pretty tried and true front kitchen floor plan and they said, you know, back in the bedroom, there's this wall that doesn't really do anything. What if it did? And they built on an optional use, easy, quick, fold down rear balcony system on this, which is a little bit twisted and weird and different, but I like stuff that's different because it's fun. I've never seen something like this. I don't even know if it makes sense. I just think it's fun to look at and go through. Let's talk about this thing. So you've got a front living room super slide, carpetless floor, barreled ceiling to give you lots of space, a walk-through middle bath. I haven't closed the slide yet. We'll do that later. I don't know what the road mode is like yet. But in the bedroom, you either have a giant 8-foot wall-to-wall window, which is tinted for privacy and has blackout shades, and a radiant barrier to keep the sun from cooking you, but also has some dedicated bedroom, storage space there, a bigger bed in a slide, and the opportunity to fold down the hillbilly bullet balcony, whatever we want to call it back here. I don't know that everyone's going to feel real comfortable with the neighbors looking directly into their bedroom. Maybe that's your way. That's okay. I'm not judging. I don't care. The thing is, I don't know. What do you think about it? I'm still trying to figure my way through it. We're going to try to talk about what it does, what it doesn't do, how it works, and you let me know. Is this awesome? Or is this like, no thanks, dude? I don't know. Let me know. What is in the water down at Transcend? I mean, look at this and tell me. With a straight face, this looks and feels like a stick and tin camper to you inside. It's not often an RV catches me off guard this hard, and this one really did. Welcome, everybody. Josh, the RV Nerd, down here at Grand Design's new 2025 display, and I almost walked past this thing. I looked at it, I saw the size, and I'm like, that's Transcend. It's got to be a bunkhouse. Oh my gosh, am I glad I stepped inside of this. I have seen a lot of stick and tin rear kitchen campers over the years. I've never seen one like this. They completely reinvented the concept right here and put one of the best executed bedroom slides I think I've seen in any travel trailer, let alone, quote, just a stick and tin. There's nothing about this that is just a stick and tin. You've got, it feels like opposing slides in the living room. It's huge because they just crushed the window coverage on this. What they kind of did here is they took sort of a reflection fifth wheel living room and put a reflection bedroom slide on the front of it. And this thing is amazing. When you stand at the sink, you have a gigantic picture window in front of you, and that's amazing. Not to mention, basically the entire campsite of the RV is just pure window coverage. Next to that, below a very nicely positioned entertainment center straight across from a triple party recliner couch like a toy hauler, we have a multi-function space. It could be a mini dining bench. It could be a little laptop station. You could pull the floating bench out and use it like a little pet palace, the perfect place to keep pet dishes and whatnot out of the way so you're not tripping on them. You can use the floating ottoman as a secondary footrest cushion or something for the sofa if you wanted to. It's got the L-shaped breakfast nook, which I'm personally a big fan of. But the bedroom, king bed standard, gigantic full front closet with side-by-side washer dryer prep standard on this. And for you hot climate RVers, like by default it's a single centralized air unit, but this is a big RV. They have options for second or third air conditioners on this, so you Texas folks can also enjoy something like this too. It's big, I get it, but it is bad. This is a bad rig right here, man. I'm really curious to see what you think about it as we go. Let me know, and I'll do my best to kind of show you what it nails, maybe what it doesn't, but overall, this thing's more positive than negative to me. So, I'd be kind of curious to know which one of these was sort of your favorite, or was your new favorite trailer for this year not on the list. Statistically, it's pretty likely that it didn't make the list here. And remember, this is just my personal list. These are just things that I happen to have recorded that I think are really cool. Sometimes people say, well, what about this one? What about that one? Maybe there's a cool camper out there I just haven't had a chance to record. If there's something I'm missing, let me know. Maybe I can get it on a little bit of a hit list for you and try to make that happen. And if you appreciate the quick looks at stuff like this, hit that little subscribe button. And remember, if you want to see full, in-depth videos on these, check the links in the description. Whether you're curious or serious about pricing, or if you see something you're like, hey, I kind of like that, I don't know, that Cougar, whatever the case might be, there's going to be a link down there where you can get the full long form video on this thing to get all the extra details. So if you kind of like this little format, you like what we're doing, hit that subscribe button and we'll work on the next one. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.